Alright, y'all, before I start digging it, you all know what's up. Tuesdays, Thursdays has already started being the most awaited days because we have Tuesday tear gas. Tuesday tears. Tear gas Tuesday, Tuesday tear gas. T. We're just dealing here with the T. So with the rise of the Gen Z revolution and the finance bill that is very problematic, nobody is interested in that finance bill, especially the Gen Z. We as Gen Z, we are not into the finance bill, and I'm not doing propaganda in this video. I'm trying to inform you all what's up with the mystery behind the Kenyan Finance Bill 2024. And before we start into it, I'm gonna start with what does the finance bill mean and what it contains before we start uncovering what is going on behind the pandemic of the finance bill 2024. So with me here, I said first I'm going to show you what is the meaning of the finance bill and what is inside the finance bill and what has triggered Kenyans until they are all over the streets and striking for their rights against the amendment and the presidential asset of the finance bill. They are against the finance bill with the most trending hashtag reject the finance bill 2024. And here you can see what does the finance bill 2024 contain. In 2024 to 2025 bill, the Kenyan government aims to raise the $2.7 billion in additional taxes to reduce the budget deficit and state borrowing. The Kenya's public debt stands at 68% of gross domestic product, higher than the 55% of the gross domestic product recommended by the World Bank and the International Monetary Fund. You all know what is International Monetary Fund. These are banks, the World Bank and the IMF, these are banks that help Kenyans with loans and grants, all that. That's why it is involved in the budget. Now, in the budget and in the finance bill. And here, before I move on, the finance bill is supposed to be proposed before the budget is established of the year. So that's why they have established the finance bill before establishing the budget of the year, because they have to include the taxes that is established from the finance bill in the budget. That's why Kenyans are against this budget before it gets into this finance bill, before it gets into the budget. I hope you're getting me up to there. And what is the proposal bill for the 2024? Here it says equally, once the MPs have passed the finance bill 2024, it will be transmitted to the president. The finance bill, once enacted, gives the government the legal mandate to collect additional taxes to finance the budget. It gives the government the legal mandate. Like if it is established, it's a law established by the parliament. The parliament is next to it is one source of law of the government. So if it's established in the parliament, it's legal and it's legal mandate to collect additional taxes. That's why it's established before the budget is made, to giving allowance to the government to add its taxes into the budget. Hope you are getting it. That's why it has led to chaos. You can see before before we move on, I'm gonna show you what I'm talking about. This is one of the ladies before even the chaos erupted and become vamped around the country. This is one of the ladies who was spotted like it is now trending like Gen Z. No, they are right, they are against the budget. Now this, you can see this young lady here, she is a Gen Z and she is standing for her rights. She is fighting for her rights. You can take a look at this.
This is a message to you. Usitoke, don't come. Agombo, please stay at home. We saw your efforts, okay? We saw everything that you did for Kenya. Now let us. We miss you, but Agombo, please don't even come outside.
Actually, when she says Agwambo, she refers to Raila Odinga, and this is what Raila Odinga. You know, Raila Odinga was the running candidate with Ruto, was campaigning for president before Ruto was elected the president. So now here, this is how the Raila Odinga responded. I am very proud. I am a very proud father. Hongera sana to the young lady and all those who have bravely stood up for their legal rights. You can see it is a right. Nobody should be against right. This is our right, and that's why this young lady is bold enough. You can see she is a Gen Z. She's part of Gen Z. That's why she is bold enough to fight for her rights, and that should be with everyone.
Don't come outside. Tunatoka on your behalf, okay?
Here you can see this is the hashtag that I have been talking about since the beginning of the video, and this is in X, Twitter. Hashtag reject finance bill 2024. Just after Tuesday, the first strikes that happened on Tuesday. This is the first hashtag that was formed, and that within that Tuesday it had already 2.18 million posts. That is history. One tweet about politics break the. This is what Kenyans know their rights. Kenyans know their legal rights. If you are above or below 10 years, Kenyans know their rights. That's why you can see this is only a hashtag that was formed on Tuesday, and that Tuesday last week it had already 2.18 million posts. What about tomorrow? And tomorrow, you know, it's another TT day. We are all waiting for it. There have been hashtags formed like this one: protest KE, revolution KE, occupy bunge, total shutdown, hashtag reject finance bill 2024. It has been a trending topic, and people have been tweeting. You can see like tweets here. You won't believe what is happening in Kenyans youth. In Kenya, youth protests are exploding over the finance bill. What's President Ruto's next move? Hashtag reject finance bill. Hashtag Kenyans protest. Hashtag justice for youth. It's all here. People are already knowing what they want, what they need, and they are all in it. They are against the finance bill. This is only what has been trending, and we have not get into what is in the finance bill. So let's get into it and see what is it inside the finance bill. You can see here, this is the finance bill 2024. These are just the highlights of what is in it. Here you have bread with a rise in 10 shillings, car 2.5% of car value, M-Pesa M-Pesa is actually the transaction, you know, 10 to 20% rise, like everything rising and rising. Nothing is reducing the cost. You can see here current exercise is proposed. Everything, like literally, this is sugar, imported sugar confectionery. Current exercising tax is 42 bob per kg. Proposed 252. Imagine, it's not even double. It's past triple. Like, and then you just gotta let even if I'm in primary school, this I'm just gonna sit there back and watch, like, bruh. And they're reducing and adding. They are reducing actually some prices and adding some, but their reduction is shocking. because the reduction is working in a centiliter. And remember, centiliter is centiliter, not milliliter, centi. Just like remember centimeter in high school when you are doing mathematics. Remember, centimeter was the most least, like 10, 1 centimeter. 1 meter is equal to like 100 or 1000 meters. 100 centimeter, like, and this is just a centimeter. Centiliter. They are using centiliter. Guys, we are all in it, and it's not easy. It's not easy. Just take a look here. I'm not gonna read all of this because it will take the whole day reading all of this. Let's just keep watching it. Let's just keep going in it. We have possible pay slip after finance bill takes effect. Gross salary breakdown for Kenyans earning 50,000 per month. Imagine, just take a look at that. Monthly relief, taxable income, payee, NHIF proposed. NHIF 1,620. NHIF. NSSF 1,008. Not even everybody does this. Like, house levy 1,428. Like, take home after deduction. Imagine you're supposed to earn 50,000. You just go back home with not even just next to a half. Like, it's next to a half of the money. Like, literally. Kenya. That's why everyone is on the street, and I'm gonna show you guys. Let's keep showing. So before we get into this video, this guy is actually describing what is inside the finance bill, and he has break it down. He has used both Swahili. If you don't understand English, he has used both Swahili and English to explain it. So let's watch this video, because this is the video that I have been waiting for, because this guy actually digs deep into it, uncovers the whole, like the main things that are in the main taxes and the main proposed taxes that are in the finance bill that is proposed to be amended by the parliament this year. Before we listen to what he is saying, this is another young man, Gen Z. Gen Z know their rights. Nobody is gonna tell you that you are young, no. Gen Zs in Kenya know what they need and know how their government is working. Gen Z know what is going on in the government. And this is a young man. It's not like somebody like above 30 or something. This is just 20 range to 25 years. You can see, look, and remember the other girl, the Agwambo. Gen Z, we reject this. No. Hashtag reject finance bill.
Section 3 of taxes. Msee mtakuwa mnalipa food delivery service tax.
Okay. Before we go on, before we go on, let's count with him. Actually, he's listing and describing what is it about. So the first one he has talked about is food delivery. You will be paying for food delivery. And it's 40% tax. That is one.
By food do delivery. Mtakuwa mnalipa delivery. So kama ulikuwa unalipa delivery 200 sasa imepanda
50.
Freelance service, wewe ni student ambaye unajitafutia kipesa hivi, unalipa
freelance.
Rental services zote una rent, hata kuku zako huko ziende zifanye nini, hata unajirendesha wewe uende ulia kwa funeral utakuwa unalipa
rental.
Ride hailing services kama hizi Uber, little cab, whatever, hizo zote hafaras zote za kwanza lipa.
If you have not gone through the finance bill, listen keenly and you will see what is inside there. Already 3 have been mentioned: food delivery, freelance, rental fee, and it's going on. And you want to tell me I am a Gen Z? I will not tell you. I cannot tell you anything because I'm a Gen Z. I'm not supposed to reject the finance bill, and I am just a comrade. Freelancer, I'm supposed to pay tax for freelance, and I'm just a comrade. I don't have that money. I've not even started working in the government. I'm supposed to pay what? And you want to tell me Gen Z will sit back? Not in Kenya. Kenya, we know our rights.
Uber, I'm telling you, if hii bill ikitokea hivi inarudi US, because you can imagine the tax that
imagine paying for Uber tax. taxing Uber.
Imagine. Professional service. Hata wewe kama ni conductor, you are still that is still service. When you driver, that is still service. Any service that you're doing, anything that you're doing, you'll still pay for taxation.
Imagine you are a watchman, just a watchman. You are watching all night. Not even a police. You're not working with the government. You are just a watch somewhere. Because you have services, you will pay. In Kenya, you are supposed to, if you don't want to pay tax, you have to sit back, because any services, any professional services, doctors work with the government. These conductors that ride that matatus, drivers matatus, you can hear even the trafficking. They watch the mama mbogas, the hustlers, like literally. They will be paying taxes. In Kenya, if you don't want to pay taxes, I don't know, you should be invisible. You'll be invisible because everybody is being taxed. Students, college students being taxed, freelancing, Uber. They can be, some can be using Uber taxed, like, and it has justice. It's not even.
But these people are so bright. Waja mention every time professional service. Wewe unajua unafanya, wewe unasuka watu. Hiyo ni tax.
Hairdressers.
Wewe ni DJ hapo, kazi yako wewe ni MC, unambia wewe
Clubbing.
Taxation inakungoja wewe ni mdomo yako. Type of funds, retirement fund. Mtakuwa mnalipa. Kitambo kulikuwa na
pension
fund in the act of 2023, ndio. Hiyo inamaanisha ukifika time retirement, you are eligible to get your funds. Saizi it is different. Now you're not eligible to get any retirement fund until you have been registered by the commissioner. And you've worked off in a certain company, but you're not eligible to get any commission, any
this is too much.
Any retirement fund, no, or even no. You have to go to the commissioner. Uende uketi chini na documents zako, and go through your papers.
He's now in 7. I even forgot to count it.
For you to be given money, and you can imagine the backlog in shit, in cases, in the government.
Even ID.
No, you can imagine how it will be right now. You can imagine.
Just tell you guys, in Kenya, even to get an identification card, it takes a long process. Just imagine getting those retirement, like, bruh. We're gonna pay for it. Na nilikuwa nimewawarn.
Digital monetization, if you're making money through,
they are coming for us. YouTubers, TikTokers, they are coming for us. We are in number 12, digital. Everybody is being taxed. I don't know where President Ruto is getting this. Like, who is Ruto working with to tax literally everything in the country? Like, bruh, have mercy, please forgive us.
TikTok, bro, umepatikana. Kwanza watu wa jiji mmepatikana. Mtakuwa mnalipa taxation. 20% of your gross income of what you get from selling hizo viatu, from selling whatever you're selling on the internet, you will still pay taxation. And you guys still don't want to know about it. You're not even caring about the finance bill. Imagine. Kama our kina senior to double tap the screen.
Imagine.
You know what? Even that one is still named as income. You will still pay 20% of hizo allowance unapata. 20% of that gross income unalipa. Na kwanza wamewapea date. By the 20th of each month, mko mmeshafanya return taxes. Mkarudisha pesa.
Imagine it's just a proposed bill. Just proposal. And they have already marked the date. You are supposed to pay the taxes. Date 20. Just imagine. Kenya is Kenyering. Kenya is Kenyering and Ruto is Rutoing.
Because kitambo ungekuwa tuna stress ya maybe you import na card ulikuwa na stress ya taxation because ingekuwa high. So hizi, even if I go to a car bazaar in Nairobi to buy a car, size ya 3.5 million, I will still pay taxation of that car. Kitambo maybe ilikuwa but hizi you will still pay for that car. Kama ni 3.5 you will pay 3.5 million. And you still pay taxation of that car, and you still have to put insurance of that car before you get it toke hapo. Na umesema mtu akikataa kabazazi mkikataa kabisa kupea watu hiyo kuambia hii gari taxation fee ni mlipe, kama ni 100k ama ni 200k, kama mkataa kuambia ni nyinyi mtalipa hiyo taxation fee, na you'll be given a penalty of 50% of that tax.
Penalty. Like, imagine if you just, this is too much. If you refuse to buy that car, you refuse to tell them wherever you bought it, you will have to pay a penalty of 50%. just, and it's just a proposal. What if it becomes law? What if? Don't blame when the hashtag is getting into 5.1 million and plus post, because like, what? This is just a proposal. Dates are already in there. Like,
so kama umelipa kama gari ilikuwa taxation ilikuwa 200 Gs, you'll pay 200 Gs
just
plus
imagine.
that is 100, so you'll pay 300 Gs as penalty, 200 na 100 as penalty. Imagine. Si milioni you want, mnasema magari barabara zitengenezwe, magari zetu zinaharibika. Sasa hizi utakuwa ununua gari wewe ni rich mbaya sana because unalipa taxation. Ile mko mnasema ati not import kabisa kwa taxation, na ndio mnalipa sasa hizi. Sisi kuna three types of insurance. Kuna social health insurance.
This is 12. We're now on insurance.
Kuna social health insurance, kuna health insurance. Na kuna bado affordable housing insurance. Hiyo act bado mnalipa, bado mjengewa nyumba. And Nairobi is full. Niambie place Nairobi itajengwa nyumba ya watoto wanaishi Nairobi. Mimi inajengwa wapi? Na mlianza kulipa kitu kitambo. Umeona wapi nyumba zinajengwa? Bado Kenyans are so ignorant to see the red flags.
Please don't be ignorant. Don't.
Retirement medical fund of a limit of 10,000 per month. Umesikia? Ni kama ujakuwa umelipa insurance cover your whole life. Sasa hizi kuna post retirement medical fund. Lazima ukilipa hiyo. What in the actual fridge is this? Kaa tu hapo. Importations, kila kitu imepanda Kenya. I kid you not. Kila kitu, kwanza foods.
Importation. Remember the traders, hustlers who sell the mtumba, second hand clothes. Just imagine, picture the importation rate. Taxation of importing is increasing. It's just this way. It's rising. Chiteke.
Inafika Kenya hivi. Taxation imepanda ya importation. Sasa ngoje hii bill ikipasiwa, endeni kwa supermarket muone. Everything will hike. Kwanza kitu imekuwa imported.
I hope it doesn't.
Itakuwa imehike. Imehike. Kwanza nilijua place ya kupata. Onyo walevi usikini walevi. If you're buying an alcoholic drink that is more than 6% of alcohol, percentage yake ni 6% alcohol. Just know my friend that in each centiliter unalipa 16 shillings. Mkikuja huko kujua
centiliter, did I not tell you? Did I not even compare 1 meter to 1 milliliter is how many centiliter? Did I not compare that? Now they are taxing per centiliter. Nilisema ama sikusema? Centiliter, they are taxing per centiliter. Just imagine this thing. Just let me. A centiliter is like something, just a drop. Imagine now this whole thing filled, and they have taxed per centiliter. Like, imagine. Just picture. Hashtag reject my people.
100 centiliter. So 100 times the 16 inakuwa 1,600 shillings. Hiyo ni taxation. Hiyo si bei ya hiyo kinywaji mnakunywa. Mwamu mnakunywa Jack Mr. which is 4,200. 4,200 plus 1,600 inakuja 5,800. And you wonder why people are making fake alcohol. Because who's going to pay these ridiculous taxations? Do you know what? Nicotine 2,000 package what's under here. I only go to around page 20. Do you know how many
136.
136 pages. After they wametumia terms and understand.
No civil, nothing like civil education nowadays. Nothing. That's why Gen Z, we are sharp. We know those things. Even if you use words like perambulate, escalate, drascally, we know. We have Google. We have ChatGPT. We're gonna dig deep into it and find what is it. You cannot hide.
Normally mimi nilifunza history there, but kunafaa kuwa na education, ndio watu wanafaa kuketisha chini waambie okay, this is the bill, this is what it contains, this is what we want to pass na imeanza wapi, na mnaambiwa watu na Safaricom. Don't imagine bro, kama you're getting kitu kama 20k per month, imagine the insurance yote hizi 4 of them, you're getting insurance peke yake unalipa 20k.
Imagine getting 50. You saw the salary 50, the proposal, in case the bill passes, the one who is getting 50 salary, like 50,000 salary per month, the taxes deficient the amount up to 29,000. Just imagine, from 50 to 20. What the fuck? and they have increased everything. Like they have increased the Uber, they're taxing the Uber, the house, freelancing, like literally everything. How are we gonna survive? Like how does how will people survive? Like I'm wondering how will people survive? Well, just let's be honest. How? Like
Kenyans, stop being ignorant, man. Look at the bill.
stop being ignorant. Look at what is going on. Dive deep into it. We have another video here. These are agencies who are talking about what is in the finance bill and what is some. Of course, some are obviously positive, some are negative, but the negative ones are outnumbered. They are overrated. Take a look.
So another piece of this finance bill of 2024 that is controversial is the whole idea behind taxing registered family trusts. So these are used as vehicles to actually just manage and transfer wealth that belongs to a family from one generation to the other. So this idea of coming to introduce a tax, first of all, on the principle of the family trust and also the income of this family trust really doesn't make sense, because I mean, first of all, I see an element
double taxation
because of course by the time these incomes were being earned and transferred, there was an element of tax. And then you're discouraging investment by this family trust in the country, because now what people will begin to do is to say, if this is what you're doing in the country, that is how people begin to go and open offshore accounts and invest their monies outside the country. And you can see what that means for the cash flows of the country and circulation of money within the country and how that assists to grow the economy. So I think that's another thing worth considering, that we really need to reconsider if we really need to tax the principal and the income of family trust.
This is not fair. Imagine taxing family, like just overrated.
So that's another proposal that is in the finance bill of 2024, and we need to pay very keen attention on it.
When tax rise,
they are taxing. Imagine taxing the principal, like taxing the principal of the family, like, and it will go from generation to generation. Now it will be taxed. Like you guys need to you guys need to read that thing. 136, even if it's 136, just go through. And you know they have used like some language there. You need to have Google there by your side and some AI, whatever. If you find something, you have to read it. You guys have to read it.
can turn deadly. In Kenya,
here we have another video
protesting against tax rises.
This guy is actually just talking about how is it in Kenya, and you can see he's a European.
Bodies on the floor, politicians hiding in the basement. Parts of the Parliament building are on fire.
Yes, that's how it has started. This is what is inside the finance bill. You have heard. Imagine all that. That's why everybody, literally anyone who has knowledge, who has passed through some school in Kenya, who has gone to some schooling, who knows what is human rights, who knows what is Bill of Rights, what is bill, what is parliament, what is government, what is amendment, and all that stuff, knows what is going on. That's why people have been tweeting and have been tagging and have been posting and have been giving their views on the finance bill. And here I'm going to show you some of the common influencers and common and widely known celebrities in Kenya that have been just openly. They're not hiding, they're rejecting the finance. They are openly saying they are against it. We have here, this is Betty Kialo. She's a former journalist on Citizen TV or the NTV, something like that. She has something to say on the finance bill, and this is she goes a big no to the finance, a big no to the capital letter, a big no. Bill 2024. We have closed the businesses. We are ailing economically as a country. We don't need any more suffering. We need support from our government, not torment. We need support from our government, not torment. Here we have Willy Paul. Willy Paul criticizes celebrities who are not supporting Kenyans in opposing the finance bill. This in quotation, wanaongoza wapewe kazi, hamwezi tetea mafans wenye wananunua mziki yenyu. Guys are just sitting back there. They are working with the government, and they know we Gen Z, we are the one who support their music. This is what this musician has to say. Everybody has been tweeting, like literally, and everyone. Here we have Manze Kibera. Call your MP area, tell them to reject the finance bill. We have this guy, this is a musician also in Kenya, Kiariji the Don. Kiariji the Don, I will give my take on finance bill on Monday. I choose to support the government bila kujificha, because I know what benefits it brings to my table. Let me tell you guys. So this guy rejected the finance bill, and what came as a result of rejecting the finance bill, this guy, his TikTok account was reported by over a million people, because you all know Gen Zs. The Gen Zs are the most supporters of these social media influencers, this social media. Like the Gen Zs are their number one fans. So this guy rejecting the finance bill, his social were reported. He lost over 100k subscribers on followers on YouTube, on Instagram. The result of rejecting the finance bill. We have another guy here who rejected. This guy said, Kasipul says he support the finance bill 2024. The president wants the best for human country. Tumia tu kwa mdogo, lakini tutakuwa kama Singapore and never. We are third world countries. We are third world countries. When will we be like Dubai? What are you saying? Like guys. So this is how everyone is treating. That's why it resulted to the mystery and the chaos and everything, and in the running in the streets against fighting against the finance bill. With the trending Twitter hashtag reject the finance bill. If any of the celebrities just supported the passing of the bill, they had lit some fires on their fan base, because you all know the fan base are the Gen Zs, and the Gen Zs are the number one followers of rejecting the finance bill. So after the chaos started going down, and everybody tweeting and everybody posting, and those who have audience on the social platforms started tweeting about this, about the rejecting the finance bill. This is how the government actually responded. We have here, this is Kuria Kimani, Kenya Kwanza Parliament Group. Kenya Kwanza is actually the head, like the one that are in the government now, because Ruto, the president, is the head of the Kenya Kwanza Group. Now, this is what one of the Kenya Kwanza members responded to the chaos. He said, the proposed 16% VAT, this is tax, on the bread has been dropped. 16% on the bread. They only went for the bread. To support on reducing the cost of living, we are doing something about vegetable oil so that we do not make it expensive for Kenyans. Are we getting that clear? Before even we start talking about this, just read the last statement. So that we do not make it expensive for Kenyans. Are you getting something there? So that we do not make it expensive, for Kenyans. Like, what is the point? We are making things expensive for Kenyans. So we are trying not to make it like bruh. So they actually tried to to reduce the rise of the rejecting of the finance bill, to reduce the free speech. Here we have another. This is a Gen Z, and obviously this is what he tweeted. I asked GTP to make me lyrics on why we should reject the finance bill, and used a couple of other platform to make a song, and the song is here. The song played. Actually, I cannot play it here because I am not sure if it has copyright errors or some, like, YouTube allegations. But we have here a song.
Reject your bill,
We have another celebrity. This is Diana Bahati. You know Diana Bahati. She tweeted #reject the finance bill 2024. Everybody's just tweeting #reject.
There is no tax on bread. There is no.
So after the tweeting and the tweetings and the tweetings, this is what the president responded. Let's listen to it. This is what the president responded.
Issues that were mentioned, diapers and all this.
Like, why did they have to mention it and then they come back again and then they remove it? Like, what's the point? What is the point? What is going on here? Why did they have to put it in the bill and then again, when people start fighting for their rights against it, they remove the 16% of bread, the sanitary towels, the diapers, like.
Because we want to protect our own local manufacturers.
Okay.
However, let me ask this gathering. I want members to listen to me very carefully. I also want you to help me manage one thing.
We will help you.
Expenditure. Let me explain why. Tax expenditure is the money we pay out after we have collected taxes. We pay out as VAT returns, VAT reimbursements. Do you know how much money we are paying?
Billions.
400 billion. That's the amount of money we are paying.
It's a lot.
So 400 billion, after we have collected the money, we pay to some companies. Siyo company huyu anaproduce nini, anakuja anatengeneza returns hapo, anatengeneza analipwa. Huyo mwingine anakuja hapo, anatengeneza analipwa. Huyo mwingine.
What is anatengeneza analipwa? Bruh.
Sasa, surely, 400 billion. That's the amount of money we are spending.
It's much. It's a lot.
Mnanielewa?
So after that speech, protesters went to Nairobi CBD. And this is when the protest began. And you can see here, people are protesting. And the first protest led to arrest. In the first protest, people were arrested because it was not legal that time, because the bill was just proposed. So it was on the other week, Tuesday. This is when the protest began. Here you can see people are in the street, they are protesting and they are arrested. They are not even like chaotic, like they are just peacefully. Yes, you can see they are just peacefully, and the police have already started arresting them. And after that, on Thursday, we woke up to Nairobi CBD in floods. People flooded the streets. Take a look at this. People flooded the street. There was chaos. People are running, and with that chaos, it also led to arrest. You can see here, women are arrested. These are women. Murugi Mwinyi amongst women arrested at the Occupy Parliament protest. And after that riot that happened in CBD. Remember, CBD is the street, in the center of the streets in Nairobi. And remember, Nairobi is the capital city, so many people are based in Nairobi. And the protest began obviously in the city. Yes, that is Nairobi city. And after the riot escalated in Nairobi city, waking up on Thursday, on the Tuesday last week, or was it on Thursday last week? On Tuesday this week, and Thursday last week, it was a dramatic year in the history of finance, of proposing finance bill, amending and bills, things to do with finance bill. It was a plague. Take a look at this. The tension escalated from Nairobi. You saw protest against finance bill. It started in Nairobi County. As we move on, this is protest against finance bill Kakamega, protest against finance bill Meru, Kenya, protest against finance bill Eldoret, Kenya, protest against finance bill Bungoma, Kenya, protest against finance bill Nanyuki, protest against finance bill Nyeri, protest against finance bill Kisumu, protest against finance bill Thika. It kept going. Protest against finance bill Nakuru. Protest against finance bill Kisii. Protest against finance bill Mombasa. Remember this, like protest against Kisumu, Meru, Thika, Nakuru, Eldoret, Kisumu, like it's around 11 countries. And remember, this is in Kenya. We have 47 counties, like a total of 47 counties, and 11 are on the road protesting against the finance bill. 11. 47 minus 11, that is 36. Only 36 and 11, like it's about way. This means it's all over the country. That is means people are suffering. Let's be honest here. 11 countries is not the election of a president. It's just a finance bill. What is in that finance bill that is leading the whole country? Like Thika is not near Nairobi. It's not near Kisumu. Kisumu is not near Meru. Meru is not near Kisii. This is different parts of the nation, and they are not like Kisumu and Kisii is way too far. It's like Nairobi and Mombasa. Like even Nairobi and Mombasa is close. Kisumu and Kisii and Nanyuki and Meru and Nyeri and Mombasa. Like just picture the whole country is on the road protesting against finance bill. What is in this finance bill? You have seen, I have told you, the life in Kenya is not easy. That's why everybody is on the road. And you don't have to blame the Gen Zs. You have to listen. You have to listen to what is going on. And don't sit back there and be an ignorant. Here we have all members must vote yes for Finance Bill 2024-2025, brutal to all MPs. This was back then, I guess. Okay.
You cannot revise the standing orders of the National Assembly. The standing orders are very clear that members will be given a ballot. Can you show us where it says secret ballot?
See there, he was very cold. Here we have, this is an MP, Selassie, I guess, Selassie something. Do you guys remember the MP in was it in Taiwan? That member of parliament that took a bill and ran away with the bill. Now this guy, this is one of the members of parliament in Kenya. Actually, he's talking about, he's picturing on how he can steal that finance bill and get away with it. But I don't know if it wasn't successful, but he was just picturing. Now after that, you can see it started just, this was the other Tuesday before they passed the first reading, and the second reading was happening on Thursday. So the chaos started. The first reading was on Tuesday, the second reading was on Thursday, and it went that way: Tuesday, Thursday, So it's all escalating. This is what happened in the reading of the bill, in the passing of the bill during the second reading in the parliament. Take a look at what is going on in the parliament. Take a look at this.
Orderly. Madam Chair. Madam Chair.
Actually, this is one of the members of parliament talking. You can see how bold and how confident these members of parliament are, whether they are supporting the bill or not. You just see Kenyans know their rights. You can see how this guy. Just take a look.
You've seen what has happened in the house. The honorable member was very orderly, just carrying a card. And the orderlies, how can they go and grab a honorable member, mishandle a honorable member in the house who was not violent, who was not fighting anybody? You want to allow the orderlies? What are you not fighting?
You will get
look at the
standing order well, but you need to know
that
there are women in the house. Mr. Speaker, kindly balance. If you can't see us, we can walk around. You'll be seeing that there are some female figures in the house.
Mr. Speaker is shutting people down like order. The parliament escalated. Chaos in the parliament escalated. Look, just see, look at this is the speaker of the parliament.
Is not a woman. Go ahead. And so Kenyans will be in even.
So it went on and on until like the chaos was just escalating and it was troublesome, problematic. It went on to the next extent that these members of parliament are forgetting the rules of the parliament. Like this guy here is actually swearing in parliament. He's using vulgar language in pair. Take a look.
And a deeper shit. Oh no, that is not parliamentary. I'm sorry.
Look how the speaker is pissed.
We'll be in a deeper hole.
He's trying to cover it up, but it's still funny. Imagine a deeper hole, and it's going deeper. Like that's suspicious.
Big hole that you.
When you are
We have another member of parliament here. This is Millicent Omanga. This is the most bold lady in the country right now, and she goes, look, we have here the caption, I am a bad girl, as a bad girl I'm here serving for the fourth term. Gen X body Millie Odhiambo. This is a member of parliament and she is bold enough, and she's one of the members who is against the finance bill.
To the girls, the younger ones who are doing their first term, Mr. Speaker, if they are good girls, they'll never get corner office. Be as bad as Millie Odhiambo, you will be the mother of this house. I am a bad girl, and as a bad girl, I'm here serving my fourth term. So do not be cheated like the African culture, where you are told have decorum, dress nicely, be kind, nice. I'm telling you, you will go nowhere. Be a bad girl like
Millie Odhiambo. Don't dress nicely. Don't act nice. Be a baddie. Be a baddie. We have even one of the MPs. I don't have that. I missed that. I missed that video. There's one of it was Edwin. I think it was Edwin Sifuna who said, "How dare you police tear gas a baddie? How dare you? How dare you guys? You are tear gassing a baddie? What is wrong with you guys?" Now this is one of the baddies. She's a member of parliament. Actually, I don't know how this is relating to them, but she was talking about the finance bill. This is what has been happening in the parliament this week. Tuesday and Thursday. Titi, remember our Titi Tuesday.
and you'll get some.
Yes, and after all the chaos, after all the protest, after everything, the parliament still passed the bill. The National Assembly has approved the Finance Bill 2024 for the second reading. 204 MPs voted yes, while 115 members of parliament voted no. Get it? If you just yes or more than no, it has already passed. This shows. Now this was on Tuesday. Now the reading was passed. It is now on the it is now going for the third reading. And the third reading was the other Tuesday, yesterday. It was chaos. People went into the parliament. I have. Let's keep watching and let's keep going on. And guys, it's just getting. This mystery is huge. It's huge. Here we have the proceedings. First reading. Actually, before I go into it, you have seen they have passed it. So somebody obviously is asking, what the fuck is second reading? The process of a bill to be passed from one stage to another until it becomes a law of the government, it goes through these stages. The first reading, which has already happened, it has been passed. The second reading, which happened yesterday on Tuesday, and now we are waiting for the third reading, which might happen tomorrow on Thursday. We don't know if it will happen successful. It might or it might not. It depends on the members of parliament and it weighs. It depends if the members of parliament will have heard the cries of the people, or the members of the parliament are just doing the work by working with the government. I don't know. It depends. So these are the stages. The first reading, a reading is when a bill is introduced to the legislature. The second reading is the stage, the legislative process where draft a bill is read for the second time. We have the third reading is actually discussed. The third reading is discussed between the members of the parliament. We have the presidential assent. After the third reading, I'm telling you guys, after the third reading, forget about it. Because after the third reading, we go to the presidential assent, and this is the president signing it, accepting that this is a bill of law from today onwards. Now, after the presidential assent, imagine the president has already signed. What next? It's only the committee stage. This is the commencement, the last stage. Now, the committee to sit together and accept it or reject it. But after the president assent, guys, there is all. It will all be in vain. I don't know how this continuing hashtag and trend and Gen Z's revolution will work, but it is already on the third reading. If it passes the third reading, you all forget about it, guys. You all have now. This is just journalists. We have these citizen journalists, famous. We have here Trevor and Rashid Abdal. They are trying to dive deep into the bill to get what is it about this. Let's take a look.
Expand for us. Say my grandmother back at home is sending 100 shillings. How much will it cost her to send that money?
Okay, I'll take an example of a transaction.
Actually, they are trying to understand how the bill will work with the M-Pesa, the transaction cost of the M-Pesa in the Kenyan system. That is the Faricom M-Pesa.
Your grandmother some money. Yeah.
Raymond explained the dangers of finance bill.
So let me say 5,000. You're sending 5,000.
A Kenya will now use 40 to send. Guys, I have not seen that. A Kenyan will now use what? What? A Kenyan will now use 40 to send. What? How did I not? A Kenyan will now use 40 bob to send 100 shillings. Guys.
Shillings. So currently, you will pay 115 because excise duty is just 15%. Now, with this extension of excise to 20 and VAT coming in, and you know how it happens is KRA, you apply excise duty first, it moves from 100 to 120. Then now you apply VAT 16% on 120. So it moves from 115 currently to 140. So you...
How does it... How does it add that fast? Like from 115 to 140? How? Bruh.
Shillings from that transaction, we are being changed 100 here. That's why we are saying it's making
financial services very, very expensive. And yet in this country, we've brought these costs very low to the effect that when you transact, you don't fail. Now, that what will happen is people now move outside the banking channels, mobile channels. And as I said, with Wanjiku, all those small transactions Wanjiku has done during the day, they all collapse. What happens? There is no revenue for government. So I'll ask Mheshimiwa, we pay your salary through Wanjiku's small transactions, which are many. And actually, I'm talking for Wanjiku because some of us, we do our budgets, our shopping once in a while. So one transaction, I pay very little. But Wanjiku, because of the income, she does transactions every single
Of course.
day, including ananua unga, mboga, ananua makaa jioni. Lakini hajanunua kwa mtu mmoja, amenunua kwa watu watatu. So 3 transactions at that same point, and that just makes things very, very expensive.
Very, very expensive. It's like, God, have mercy.
We move to mattresses. Government loses revenue. So I'm asking, when you lose revenue as government and you're trying to raise revenue, what does that mean? That's the challenge to our MPs and our national treasury.
Actually, this bill might lead even to inflation because, like, this. Let me not contradict myself because I don't have that more knowledge in when it comes to history and government. And now here we have, what is your opinion on finance bill? This we have these two. This is actually it was a gathering with this governor and the MP of that I guess it was in Kishu or something like that. I'm not sure of I don't know. I'm not sure of the area, but this was a gathering with the governor and the member of parliament, and they have differences. The governor is against it, and the MP actually, is it the senator? The senator applaud it. So take a look how it went down.
Hao watu wasiwadanganye. Hiyo finance bill mnaongea ati mtaongeza tax. Hawa mnaona hawa.
He's actually pointing them in the gathering. You hawa.
Kwa nini sasa mnataka haya magari na hamkununulia mtu muanze kuchukua pesa?
Actually, he's talking about taxing the cars. They are returning the taxing of cars.
Tusinyamaze, tusiseme nini? We will speak.
We will speak, and we have this guy here. I think it's the senator. Murkomen. This guy. So this is the with it. This is uploading the finance.
Kwa hivyo mheshimiwa, kama wewe unaona, nimesikia mheshimiwa amesema ya kwamba hatutalipa kodi na tusiongeze kodi. Kwa hivyo mheshimiwa, kama wewe unaona hii watu tusitafute pesa ya kutengeneza mambo ya kodi, mimi nataka usaidizi mmoja kwa governor. Ita mkutano na hii watu watuambie barabara gani tuondoe ndio tusiweke kodi ingine, ndio tusiweze kujenga hizi barabara. Wewe fanya public participation kwa sababu nimeona umepigiwa makofi.
This is supporting the bill by force by fire because it's not making sense. He's talking about, because the governor talked about taxing cars, is now talking about how they should build roads, that they should make gatherings and discuss on how, like, bruh, what the fun has just been escalating, and it has been going on, and it's just out of touch and out of control. It has been a hell of a ride these 2 weeks. If you are working, especially people who are working with the government, are working for the government, those employees working in the morning, going for their jobs, it's tough because the road that is on Tuesday, the TTs, the roads are flooded with the riots and chaos against the finance bill. And guys, we are in the 3rd reading, so I guess it's just down to it. Like, it's just down to it because 1st reading, 2nd reading is already down. We are just waiting for the 3rd reading and the presidential assent, and it becomes a bill in the committee stage. Like, maybe if they change some things If they accept it and then they change some things, it will be better. But if it's just passed as a bill that way, it won't be easier for you Kenyans, especially Gen Zs, that you're not making money. We are down to it. The only thing we have to do is to wait for the outcome, because the more we protest, I think the more the bill is going to go through the process until it's finished, until we keep protesting and it goes to all the process, all the proceedings, all the readings and everything, and it's finished. And we here, we keep protesting and protesting against it, and it will take a look at this. Is another, how do we call, this is another member of parliament who is against the who is against the finance bill 2024. He's really working, is really in hand with the hashtag reject finance bill 2024. This is what he has to say when it comes to the finance bill.
Vice President Ruto. In fact, he advises us, but President Ruto advises his advisors on how to advise him.
Did you get that? How do we call it? You can't advise President Ruto, because President Ruto has advisors, but he advises the advisors on how to advise him. Did you get that? I hope you get it. You advise the advisors on how to what, like it's just like you have a teacher is teaching you, and you're telling the teacher how to teach you. A doctor, this is a doctor supposed to treat you, but you're telling the doctor on how to treat you. That is our president, with the due respect. This is from a member of parliament, Babu Owino, the most widely known member of parliament, who is bold enough to talk against, if the government is just going, and if the government is supposed to go this way and it's going this way, Babu Owino will actually talk. Is always on hand, ready. We have this mad respect for Generation Z. This is also another politician, Ledama Olekina. We have this. This is the hashtag. I found this on, was it on, I think Instagram. This is hashtag on Instagram. It has 47.3k posts. That was just that Tuesday. Hashtag reject finance bill 2024. This already on Tuesday. It has already 47.3k posts. And it was just from, like, you all can see this. Yeah, we have these celebrities who kept like rejecting the finance bill, no matter what after the president said whatever he had to say, the third reading being, the second reading being like the bill being proposed to go for the second reading. This is how celebrities have been responding. We have here Elsa Majimbo. This is an influencer who just tweeted, with the due respect, nasimama na Wakenya, hashtag reject finance bill, always love emoji. We have here Andrew Kibe. Andrew Kibe switches. You all know this. This is Andrew Kibe. I don't know if you know Andrew Kibe. If you know Andrew Tate, you can relate to this guy. This is a guy who actually has that masculinity that Andrew Tate has. They have the same name. This guy, Andrew. What is the name with Andrew with the masculinity? Andrew Kibe switches side and rejects the 2024 finance bill, promising to join Tuesday protest. This was on Thursday, the other Thursday. So yesterday, I think he tweeted before yesterday's protest. And this was after the first reading had been done. They had seconded the bill for the second reading. We have this here. This is one of the famous rapper in Kenya, Calligraph Jones, is giving free reject finance bill merchandise. Feel free to hit him up. If you want some. They are actually in it. They are against it. This is another rapper in Kenya, Octopizzo. He was in the street. They have here the parties that are taking place in the streets. People are just like, people are so done. Like, you can see people are so done with this bill, but it's still being worked on. So these are some of the people who were abducted during the chaos that were happening, not the strikes. Of course, they had chaos in it. So this is some of the citizens who are abducted. We have here Free Ranch, Free Osama Taylor, Free Dre Mwangi, Free Shahid Khalif. I think Shahid Khalif is now freed. Free Gabriel Oguda. And there we have abduction won't stop us. I think they are abducting these guys because they were just protesting like other Kenyans. Yes, they were just protesting, and they were abducted. They were abducted at least to stop with the protest, but Kenyans won't stop. You can see the abduction won't stop us. But finance bill is actually something else. It's the chaos with finance bill is tougher than that with the elections. You can see that. Edith Butita's YouTube channel vanishes from YouTube. This is a comedian, a famous comedian in Kenya, who actually tried to go against the finance bill, and he's actually a Gen Z. These are some of the Gen Zs who are really trying to work with the government. No matter if you work with the government, even if you work with the government, like this bill, mind of your family that you even not even your family, just people, your neighbors who live next to you. Mind of them. Neighbors, even your homies, even people you just don't know. Just mind of them, because this is not something to play with. You can see the YouTube channel down there. So here we have, this is another musician. Otile Brown joins anti-financial bill protest in Nairobi. This was on Tuesday. Now the protests are still going on. Just yesterday on Tuesday, because the parliament, I'm not told you guys, because the protest goes on Tuesdays and Thursdays. I have said this. I think I've said this. What? I think I've said this. So this was on Tuesday, and this famous musician is one of the most famous musician. If you don't know Otile Brown and you are a Kenyan, you just don't know Miss Kenyan musician, because Otile Brown is one of the most famous celebrities, musicians in Kenya, and he is just like in the US. Who should I compare? Chris Brown goes for strikes. If strikes happen in the US, Chris Brown in the streets striking. This is now Kenya, Otile Brown striking. You can just picture that. You can see everybody screaming his name. You can see there. Actually, everybody is so done. Literally, everyone is so done with this. We have Willie Paul. This is another musician. Willie Paul joins anti-finance bill protest in Nairobi. You have another musician here. This is Willie Paul in Nairobi. This is one of the most famous celebrity musician who is against finance bill. Try just to picture some in the US striking again. We have here Andrew Kibe tweeted, he switched from supporting the finance bill and decided, I will not work with the government. I am against the finance bill. And now he is yesterday on Tuesday, he was on the streets protesting with these fellow Kenyans, fellow Gen Zs, fellow people who know what human rights is. And they are trying really fight for it. And Kibe joins Tuesday protest against finance bill. I actually said it and did it. You can see. A man of his words. A man of his words. Here we have Obama half sister tear gassed after the protests. Another chaotic moment. They tear gassed Obama. They don't even respect Obama's half sister. This I can't even see anymore. They have tear gassed her. You can see it was tweeted even in the TMZ. Obama half sister Ouma tear gassed live. You can see this is the shed room here. And this is what Ruto has to say before the chaos went down the other Tuesday. I'm very proud of our young people. They have stepped forward, tribeless and peaceful. We will have a conversation with them to identify their issues and work together as a nation. Hashtag President William Ruto. That is what President William Ruto communicated to the youth, and the youth actually listened to him. And this is what everybody was responding on Twitter. Guys, Tuesday is ngapi? Let me not just read some of them. Let me not. You read it for yourself, guys. Let me. Protest against finance bill in Nairobi. It escalated really fast, and you can see here the sacredness of human life being traded for finance bill is downright diabolical. We just wanted to be heard. So now, because the tension was getting higher and higher, every Tuesday, every Thursday, people are going for riot. The police, obviously, you know how policemen work. If you fuck with them, they'll fuck with you very well. So the youth were just protesting peacefully, and it escalated drastically throughout each county, the small towns in Kenya, in Nairobi, and it led to human life being traded for the finance bill. It's actually diabolical, for real. Here we have some of the people who are injured. This is one of police officer who was injured. Babu Owino visits the police officer who got injured while handling a tear gas. You can see Babu Owino supports. Babu Owino is people of people, men of men. Like, he's literally for anyone. This is a guy who was tear gassing the public, the Gen Zs and the citizens of Kenya who were protesting for their right. But this is Babu Owino, who is against the finance bill, but still went to visit this guy that was tear gassing. Actually, tear gassing was doing his work, but still Babu Owino. Like, you can just see how some of these members of parliament have that humanity inside of them. They're so, like, you can just see. And we have here, before we move on, this is one of the most special thing that happened during this. This is one of the most special. This is our honorable retired president. Our statement by Honorable Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, our fourth president of the republic. This is the former president, which we still adore. We miss him. It's just like that ex that you miss him, but will never come back. It's just like the US, they miss Obama, but just in Kenya here, we miss this guy, but it's off. The Lord doesn't accept that. But we miss this guy. I do. I don't know if you do, but I do. I miss this guy. So this is what he said. My fellow Kenyans, I come to you with a heavy heart, saddened by the loss of lives occasioned by the current situation prevailing in our country. It is the right of every Kenyan to protest as determined by the Constitution we all promulgated in 2010. It is also duty of leaders to listen to those they lead. Hope you got this clear. It is also duty of leaders to listen to those they lead. It's also duty of leaders to listen to those they lead. At this trying time for our country, I want to remind all leaders that they were elected by the people. This is, I miss this guy. I want to remind all leaders that they were elected by the people. Listen to the people is not a choice, but a mandate enriched in the principles of our constitution and its very basis and philosophy of, like this guy. This is a man with a head, a man with something inside there. Like this, we need this. Listening to the people is not a choice. It shouldn't be a choice. but a mandate enriched in the principle of our constitution and in the very basis and philosophy of democracy. Aye, how did I say this? Leaders must know what the power and authority they have is donated them by the. This guy is actually just saying facts. Leaders need to listen to those they lead. Leaders listening to the people is not a choice. It's a mandate. Leaders must know the power they have was donated to them by the. It's actually talking to the leaders, not even the citizens who are protesting. Leaders, you need to listen to this. Read this and listen what this guy is talking. Take a look deep in. Read it. Read it. I therefore call for calm and for the leadership to show again on leadership. Actually, it's calling out. If you're not getting, it's calling out the leaders. I therefore call for calm and for the leadership to show restraint and do the right thing by listening to the people and not being antagonistic to them. Violence on either side is not the answer. Actually, violence on either side is not the answer. At least my mic, I don't know if you will get it. Yes. As a former president, I will have felt the weight and the difficulty of leading Kenyans. I therefore pray for the wisdom and civility to be established and for peace, progress to the people, to belong to all of us, children of Kenya. Dear Kenyans, I stand with you and I ask for our leadership to embrace dialogue, to speak. I actually used capital letters. Dialogue and speak to the people and not to the. Speak to the people and not at the people. I pray for the peace and enduring. I can't see the other parts. God bless Kenya. Honorable Uhuru Kenyatta. I miss this guy. Miss this guy. Actually, there's one thing I've just caught in that reading. Listen to the people and leadership. Listening to the people is choice, is not choice. It's a mandate. It's a mandate. It's not a choice. It's a mandate. Speak to the people and not to the people. These guys, applaud that guy. Like, Finance Bill 2024 drafted by the Finance Bill 2024 is drafted by the International Monetary Fund and World Bank. So there have been already this bill has started leading to some conspiracy theory. Now there is a conspiracy theory. I don't know if it's a conspiracy, but it's kind of a conspiracy theory that Finance Bill 2024 is drafted by the IMF. This is the International Monetary Fund and the World Bank. They're actually the donors and the guarantors. So there have been conspiracy that everything that is going down in the finance bill that is being forced to the citizen, it's actually brought to us by the IMF and the WB, that is the World Bank. I don't know. That is a conspiracy theory. And you have this like repost the awareness hashtag reject finance bill, Zakayo something, Zakayo Shuka. And this is your president. I just wanted this to capture, like, I just wanted to put this picture here. And before we move on, I want to talk to President Ruto. Before we move on, President Ruto President Ruto Arap Samoei Ruto. I want this. I want you to listen to this. Listen to this very carefully. Listen to this, guys. Listen to this.
Hawa mama mboga hawa, watu ya bodaboda hawa, wale wa kuuza kiosk, wale watu wa chini ndio wataunda serikali ya tu. Nikisaidia mahasla, mtu ya mama mboga na yule wa mkokoteni na huyo wa wheelbarrow na huyo wa bodaboda
kuna makosa. Ya kwanza, tunabadilisha uchumi, tupunguze gharama ya maisha.
This guy during the campaigns, actually not this guy, Mr. President. Oh my God, sorry. So Mr. President during the campaign, he used to he just reflected. Mr. President used to reflect on Mama Mbogas, the Mama Mbogas, the border, the hustlers, the hustler nation, like literally all of these people. The president. Okay, actually, I miss Uhuru, guys. I miss Uhuru. I can't remove his name in my mind. I'm like Uhuru. I'm like my guy. Like, so this guy was actually, if there is a huge population that voted for this, voted for President Uhuru. Am I a Kenyan? Really? Okay, if there is a huge population that really voted for this Arap Samoei Ruto as the president, is the Mama Mboga, the border, and the hustler nations. Hustler nation are these people that, like, people like conductors, like watchmen, like they don't have like a specific job, and these traders who trade for mitumba sales, who trade like in this market, who sell these hawkers. Yes, I think these are people who are referred to the hustlers. So actually during the campaign, this guy was actually focused on communicating and raising the standards, the life standards of those people, the Mama Mboga, the border, and the hustlers. I've described to you what the hustlers are, and he really focused on them. In each and every campaign, he could never. This is already 3 times you have heard. This is the 4th time. Him talking about the Mama Mboga, the border, and the hustler nation. He kept doing that. Until you could just see like this is really bottom up. These people from the bottom are really going up. They're going to be like the powers. They're going to be the power Kenyans. Like, bruh. Now,
Hawa Mama Mboga hawa, watu hawa makanga, hawa wa bodaboda, yule wabeba, tutapanga safari hii na tutaunda serikali ya mahasla. Wale mahasla wa seremala, wale mafundi ya kule kijijini, watu ya bodaboda, na hata ule anauza mboga atapata nafasi ya kununua nyumba. I want to tell them, our bodaboda and our Mama Mboga are family in our ya kwamba 2022 hawa watu wa Mama Mboga na ule wa bodaboda na hawa wa mkokoteni na wheelbarrow na huyo wa kioski na makanga, tutaunda serikali ya mahasla 2022.
Actually, he kept doing this. Just listen to him, and people are there. People are really into it.
Mama Mboga in his place can also attend now university.
Just Mama Mboga.
Boda people, when you are waiting for your passengers, you can attend courses at the university. Watchmen. You know, the legendary Mama Mboga and Boda guys, they are the heroes of our campaign. I look forward, for example, to that Boda guy. When waiting for the next customer, he is trading on his phone. Mama Mboga, while she is waiting for her next supply, she is on her phone buying Safaricom shares, buying Kenya Breweries shares, buying, hopefully, we should be able to buy Bitco shares.
But I really don't know. I'm really missing out. What was this guy picturing when he used to, like, in every gathering during the campaigns, he never missed to mention the Mama Mboga and the border and the hustlers. And you know, that is the basis of the economy. Like, teachers are not as many as the borders and are not as many as the Mama Mbogas, are not as many as the hustlers. And you know, when you say hustler, he actually has generalized it, because hustlers are many. Even these Mama Mboga and borders are part of the hustlers. And he's just generalizing it, and I don't know what this guy was on to when he used, like, actually, I don't know what Mr. President was on to when he used to say Mama Mboga, my border hustler. Was it just a song? it might it gets it must have been a song. It must have been a song, because if you count, this is actually the 10th time of him just mentioning the borders. I've counted. This is the 10th time. Mama mboga, wale mama mboga, boda, hustler, bottom up. If you actually bottom are these people. Now it is trying to telling them to entice them that we will bottom you from bottom, we will put you up. The nation is bottom to up. People believed it, they voted him in, and now it is a fight between Kenyans, citizens, and the finance bill.
You know,
that you have heard. That was the 10th time of him talking about the Mambog, and now after this all chaos have erupted in Kenya, President Ruto's speech concerning the finance bill on the Mandamano, this happened just yesterday evening. This is actually I guess it was a 5-minute speech or something like that. This is how he responded to Kenyans. Take a look.
That a conversation this crucial was hijacked by dangerous people who have caused us the kind of loss we have incurred as a nation today. It is possible that the criminals who reign protecting the people of Kenya against all forms of harm, I hereby put on notice planners, financiers, orchestrators, and abettors of violence and anarchy, that the security infrastructure established to protect our republic and its sovereignty will be deployed to secure the country and restore normalcy. It is not in order or even conceivable that criminals pretending to be peaceful protesters can rain terror against the people.
Let's be honest here. Actually, Mr. President is just referring to, like, these people who are protesting are criminals and they are pretending to be peaceful demonstrators. That is what he's saying. I'm not like, that is what he's saying. That is actually his actual words. I can take you back a little. Listen to it.
That the security infrastructure established to protect our republic and its sovereignty will be deployed to secure the country and restore normalcy. It is not in order or even conceivable that criminals pretending to be peaceful protesters can rain terror against the people, their elected representatives, and the institutions established under our Constitution, and expect to go scot-free. We must isolate crime from democratic expression and separate criminals from people exercising the freedom of expression and divergent opinion.
I don't get it. Like, how can you separate peaceful demonstrators and criminals, and you're saying people who are protesting are criminals? Who people are demonstrating are actually criminals, but you want to separate the peaceful demonstrators with the, like, what is that? What is that? If you actually get it, actually explain to me in detail. I don't get it. I don't. We have his deputy. This is his deputy. Oh, the deputy of Kenya. Oh, but guys, I'm sorry. Kenyans, I'm sorry. Actually, I miss Uhuru. That's why I'm saying, I'm just yapping.
People exercising the freedom of expression and divergent opinion.
Deputy.
Mimi sina sauti katika hii Kenya. Mimi ni mtu ya kusikiza ground. Mimi nasikiza ground. Ukisikia kitu ninasema Ni ile ground inafanya nini?
So the deputy president claims that he doesn't have a voice in this country. He listens to the ground. I don't get it.
Ni ile ground inasema. Na mimi kama Rigathi Gachagua sina sauti yangu. Mimi naongea kwa niaba. Mimi naongeaga kwa niaba.
Just go straight. Just say, I speak for the sake of the president. Just say it directly. Don't try to go via highways and bridges.
Pia nimechukua msimamo fulani. Iko watu wengi sana wananiambia msimamo ni huo.
Forget it, deputy.
I think a lot of people look at Kenyans and think we're rejecting the finance bill because we simply don't want to pay taxes, which is so far from the truth. Kenyans are willing to pay taxes, but the problem is half the time we don't know where the money is actually going. We are paying taxes to help this country become better, but instead, you know where the money is going? Into the pockets of the people who run the country. For example, let's talk about where Ruto got the money to get a private jet and go to the US. That
private jet. No more mwananchi fly with the helicopters and government airways, Kenya Airways, and will tax. But for me, I am flying with my private jet to the US. And when I come back, you don't have the right to question me about, like, I'm the president. I want you to let me just take you back. I want you to start listening to what this girl is saying. I want you to re-listen what she is saying. Re-listen. We can start with this a bit of Gashagua's speech, but for the
mimi naongeaga kwa niaba. Na ukisikia nimechukua msimamo fulani, iko watu wengi sana nyuma yangu wananiambia msimamo ni huo. Yeah?
I think a lot of people look at Kenyans and think we're rejecting the finance bill because we simply don't want to pay taxes, which is so far from the truth. Kenyans are willing to pay taxes, but the problem is half the time we don't know where the money is actually going. We are paying taxes to help this country become better, but instead, you know where the money is going? Into the pockets of the people who run the country. For example, let's talk about where Ruto got the money to get the private jet and go to the US. That was most likely our tax money. People are mad because the government is stealing money from the poor who are already struggling to make ends meet. Basically, it's the rich are getting richer and the poor are getting poorer.
Mama Mboga.
I heard a line that really...
The person that is struggling to pay the tax, the Mama Mboga who was promised during the campaigns that Mama Mboga, boda, hustler, I will make your life better to bottom up. Now, they are the one who are going to struggle to pay the taxes. This is how it works. You are warned by the Muigai, you are warned by the Agwambo, but you never listened. Kenyans are very rude until they get to the point that they are now in trouble. Let's listen to the point that captured.
Stuck with me, and it's you cannot tax your way out of poverty. And the thing is, most people are starting to realize that silence is compliance. If we stay quiet about this now, they're gonna steal more money from us later on. We can't tolerate this shit anymore.
I can't, you can't, I know we can't. I know we can't. We're just trying to. We're just forcing ourselves to, because it's the government. Some of people in the government who are really trying to coincide and work with the government, and they even don't know what is inside the finance bill. I hope this video helps you know what is inside there. I've actually talked a lot. I've talked a lot. My voice is cracking. I want you all watch this video until the end, and thank you so much for the one who has stayed until here, because I hope you have learned. through all this protest. You have seen how it has been working since the beginning. It has been escalating, and remember, I counted 11 counties. 11 out of 47. Remember, we are in the third reading, and the bill has 6, or is it 5 or 6 stages just to be passed as a law. And you know where you stand. Even if you don't have the right, at least educate for those who don't know. If you know what is going on, educate people. Let them know what they should. Let them have a say, and the government need to listen to the people. Not, yes, speak to the people, not at the people. Speak to the people, not at the people. Muigai said it like, Honorable Muigai Uhuru Kenyatta was the best president to ever step the face of Kenya. It was one of the best. We had like Kibaki and Mwai and Moi and Kenyatta, the original Kenyatta. And I think I've talked a lot in this. And one thing I'm gonna say, I'm gonna remember is listening to the people who voted you into the government, the MPs, the senators, the Murkomen, all listening to the people who voted you as their politician is not a choice, is a mandate enriched by the public, by the constituency of Kenya, and it's a mandate. It's don't ever think it's not a right. It's a mandate. It's not a choice. It's a mandate. And speak to the people, not at the people. The Mama Mboga was speaking at the people. Now you need to speak to the people. You've seen the speech during the Mama Mboga was people are like, hey. Now you have seen the speech. Now everybody's silent. People are just doomed. They are stuck in between. We are stuck, and the government need to listen to us. This is our call. Listen to us. Is either they change the bill, or they just not pass it, because either they change the proposals in the bill or not pass it. The members of the parliament need to do something to this government. That is all I'm gonna say. I don't have much to say, and I hope this video offends no one, because we are all human and we all have humanity inside us, and we all have the Kenyan government has human rights, and I hope this video reaches its destination. And thank you guys for watching, and remember to subscribe, like, and share. Thank you guys so much, and thank you so much for watching until this place. It has been a hell of a ride. Thank you so much. I'm so grateful, and I'm gonna see you guys in the next one. Bye.